Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Lobo. It's time to go look at my loot. Oh. All right. Oh, this box is nice and full of figures. Let's see, what do we got here? Sora Bulo. Looks like a Wookie Jedi. Huh. Probably one of the characters killed off in the Battle of Geonosis. This is definitely a Battle of Geonosis arena thing. Oh, these were little holographic, aka translucent blue plastic. So let's see, who is this even? I don't even know. Kind of looks like Han Solo-ish, but who knows? Ooh. But yeah, we get so random Jedi Sora Bulo, Battle of Geonosis. Cool. What else? Lustros Dauphine from the Trade Federation. Oh man, this card's bent a little bit. That's a bummer. But yeah, this some of these bubbles seem like they got pressed down a little bit. But this also has a this one's got a Darth Vader translucent blue figurine. Wonder how many were in this set for these holographic figures. Wow. Everybody's favorite. Regular old Yoda. Not Baby Yoda, regular old Yoda. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't have any Baby Yoda stuff, but you know, that's because I stopped collecting a couple of years ago. Well, like 10, but still. Let's see. Yeah, so we gotta. So I guess this is the force electricity that Yoda deflects back at Count Dooku during their duel. Huh. Cool. Oh, speaking of Count Dooku, Sith Lord. But it says Count Dooku. It doesn't say Darth Tyrannus. That's his Sith Lord name. That's kind of strange. But yeah, another. It's a nice looking. So yeah, I really like this stylized Darth Vader head thing they did for one of the lines of these 3 3/4 figures. It's too bad they didn't just kind of stick to one style packaging and make storing these things a heck of a lot easier. Yeah. All right, what next? Got here just a generic clone trooper with super articulation. Not regular, super. So this is another one, the stylized Darth Vader head, so there's no little blue figurine. There's a few more like these Saga Collection guys in this box with some more little figurines, but so far this box is very, very promising looking. I'm kind of a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of cool stuff I'm staring at down here in this box. So all right, so we got another Saga Collection, Garindian. This is the Imperial Snitch, the guy that lets the stormtroopers in Mos Eisley know exactly where to find the people responsible for the lightsaber incident in the cantina are trying to escape from with the droids the Empire's looking for. But yeah, I would have loved to have one of these figures when I was a little kid, Empire hadn't come out yet. I always thought it was strange that something that seemed so relevant didn't have a figure, but we still got figures like Snaggletooth. All right. Oh, speaking of the cantina. Oh, I forgot. Just one sec to check the back. This has a red translucent figure instead of the blue. That's kind of neat. Looks like Darth Sidious with a lightsaber. He's kind of holding it over his head a little bit. That's pretty neat. All right, back to where I was. Oh, bummer, this is crushed. Momau Nadon. So that Ithorian hammerhead species, same species as the mayor of Mos Espa on the Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett series. Not as hairy as that character, but still pretty cool looking. Just kind of bummed that that's not staying down, but and maybe this guy will end up in someone's diorama one day. Who knows? Oh, and on the back we have a rebel trooper from when the Empire boards the Tantive 4, the beginning of A New Hope, or at the end of Rogue One, and whatever way you want to look at it. But from when this toy actually came out, it's definitely from A New Hope. Not Rogue One wasn't even a glint in someone's eye quite yet, at least not that I'm aware of. All right, let's keep going. There's a lot of stuff here, and I don't want to run out of time. Let's another Star Wars Saga Collection figure. Nice. The whole figure's the blue translucent this time, so that's kind of neat. Kiato Mundi. Everybody likes this conehead Jedi for the most part. I think he appeared. Did he appear as a hologram? I guess he did during one of the Jedi Council meetings. I'm not sure if that was episode 2 or episode 3. Must have been in episode 3. Or maybe even that Clone Wars micro series. Huh. But, yeah. Good old Kiato Mundi with, not only is he all full translucent, the lightsaber is fully translucent. And the figurine on the back of this one is... looks like Queen Amidala with her royal gown and headdress, which is probably excruciatingly difficult to see for you at home. I hope my buddy here is getting some good shots. If not, we'll figure that out later. All right, let's see. A Mustafar Sentry with a spinning energy bolt. Now, I don't really remember seeing these guys, honestly. I mean, obviously they're from episode 3 since it's from Mustafar. Really cool looking, sort of Geonosian bug looking kind of dude. But yeah, with the spinning bolt, I guess that's what it's supposed to look like with the pieces all put together. But yeah, pretty cool looking dude. Wow, there's so much stuff in here. Oh, Vader's medical droid. So this is one of the droids that Darth Vader crushes as he's screaming no at the end of Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. Pretty cool looking guy. I'd rather him be my medical droid than 2-1-B, I think. But that's, just because I'm a little partial to the Empire, specifically, well, especially Darth Vader stuff. But that's, yeah. Let's see here. Oh, man. So many things. Wow. All right. Jedi Padawan Zet Junasa. So if I remember correctly, this is actually George Lucas's son, Jet, playing a character called Zet. It's good to be the king. Put your family in the movie for cameos. But yeah, for a second when I was looking into the box, I thought it was an Anakin figure, but I was like, no, that kid's too old to be Jake Lloyd. And it is. It's Jet Lucas. But yeah. Kind of forgot that they actually made him a figure. But, oh, man. All right, so we got another super articulated clone trooper. This is exactly the same as this other one over here, so I won't waste any more time on that guy. But we have a clone pilot. So this guy almost kind of looks like a AT-AT driver with the gray and white motif going on. But yeah, Tamora Morrison everywhere. Again, firing cannons. It's amazing. All these, I think I said it last time, all these toys with firing and jumping and stuff that was kind of outlawed when I was a little kid for a little while, at least it seems. But maybe they're nothing small enough to get lodged in someone's nose and cause them to choke out or anything. So at least they did that. All right. We have Obi-Wan Kenobi with his little Jedi pilot headset thing going on. No, actually, with pilot gear. This was, from episode 2/3, Jedi pilot outfit, basically. Can't wait for the Jedi. I can't wait for the Obi-Wan series to come out. That is probably one of my most look forward to events I think it's supposed to come out this year. We haven't really seen anything other than that trailer from a year ago, back when they announced some new stuff for Disney Plus, but excited nonetheless. Oh, another clone trooper. Clone commander with battle gear. So that's... so it's a... seems like I'm losing my words, because I am. I'm kind of overwhelmed with all this coolness I forgot I had. But yeah, I'm not sure if this red and white clone trooper has a nickname like, Cody or someone like that, but still. When they started adding color to the clone troopers, it was definitely a step up. Then every single guy looked exactly the same. Oh boy. So I guess this was a sneak preview figure for Revenge of the Sith. This is R4G9. So he's white and kind of a copper and gold motif going on with, I guess that's supposed to be some sort of projected hologram. I'm gonna have to, I think I've said this before too, I really need to go rewatch the prequel trilogy. I know the original trilogy by heart. I could practically recite the first 3 movies, the original 3 movies. Yeah, some of the stuff from episode 3 I've seemed to have kind of forgotten, even though out of the prequels it was my favorite one. All right, let's see here. Got a couple of the same character, but they're different figures. So we got a General Grievous with an exploding body. So apparently this is supposed to be, after his fight with Obi-Wan on, oh man, I forget the name of that planet, but it's always fun when they have figurines that break apart. I remember when I first got like a Luke Skywalker with a removable hand, I was always pretty happy with that. But these, break apart figurines are pretty cool. I wonder if they'll make a break apart Trandoshan as a figurine for the Book of Boba Fett series. That'd be kind of neat, at least with a removable arm. Let's see here. So it's a regular General Grievous. We got the sneak preview stamp on this one too. So I'm guessing these all came out. It's a special release, probably out of Toys R Us or something. I don't really remember, but yeah, pretty cool looking General Grievous, even though he only has one lightsaber instead of him being in his attack mode with all 4 arms extended. Let's see. You got Tarful, a little Wookie general from Kashyyyk in episode 3. He's got his crossbow. Sorry, his bowcaster. Pretty cool looking. This is actually a really heavy action figure. Kind of looking at him kind of reminds me a little bit of Black Chrysanthemum from the book of, well, really he's from the comic books, but now finally in live action on the Book of Boba Fett show. Hopefully he's got some stuff to do in the next episode. But yeah, wow. This guy's so much heavier than a lot of these other figures I've pulled out. Oh boy. What do we got here? Oh, an AT-AT driver. This guy, so this is one of the Saga Collection figures, obviously. So he does have a holographic figure on the back. Looks like Darth Maul. Could be wrong though. But it does look like he's got a double-bladed lightsaber. This one should have been in that red plastic. I don't know why it's in a blue plastic, but still pretty dang cool looking. Always loved that translucent plastic. But yeah, the regular Imperial Stormtroopers from the original trilogy, just that helmet is so much nicer than the weird kind of frowny face that the sequel trilogy turned the First Order Stormtroopers into looking. I didn't really like that helmet. Let's see, what else do we have here? So this is just a Wookie Warrior. It's got some heft to the figure, just like that Tarful figure did. So just a random Wookie Warrior from Kashyyyk in episode 3. Fun guys. I'm kind of surprised they just didn't make some sort of multi-pack with a bunch of different paint jobs on the same body sculpt. But, it is what it is. Again, very, very heavy figure. Really, really good looking figure. They made Made him look very menacing. Oh boy. Well, we're still on the Wookiee kick, but this time we got a very familiar Wookiee. So we got Chewbacca with his arms up and extended. So much better than the OG Chewbacca from when I was a little kid. Because he could actually look like he's scary and threatening and like he's about to grab you and pull your arms out of your sockets. But yeah, Chewbacca, one of my favorite non-humanoid characters. Well, I guess he's humanoid, but he's not human. Yeah, Wookiee Rage. Huh. All right. What else do we have here? Back to Hoth with a Hoth Imperial Stormtrooper, and you can't see the detail on the helmet, but that is really just a piece of fabric over a standard Stormtrooper helmet and an additional helmet on top of it. If you look at the old behind the scenes stuff, and he's got a holographic Darth Vader packed in with him. Again, I kind of feel like it would have looked really cool if they made that in red, since, you know, red for the bad guys is always a good choice, but hey, take what I can get. Nice, like I said, nice translucent blue is pretty cool. All right. Wow, there's still over a dozen figures in this box. Chewbacca again, but this time he has a chain around his neck. So this is from when Leia, dressed in her Bausch or Bouche, or however you're supposed to pronounce that name of the bounty hunter she's impersonating, brings Chewbacca into Jabba's palace with the whole thermal detonator threat thing going on. So nice. It's actually a real lightweight, but real metal they used for the chain. It's kind of funny though. This picture of Chewbacca to me always kind of seemed like he's just waking up Chewie. His hair is kind of mussed up a little bit, and you know he's doing that morning stretch. You know, start the day. Yeah, good old Chewie. The back of this one, I can't tell if that's supposed to be Obi-Wan Kenobi or Qui-Gon Jinn, but it's a Jedi with his hand kind of out like that. It's, yeah, again, really, always really dug the little pack-in figurines. But could also be very, very, not finding the right word. If you're trying to get all the variants of a package and they put random pack-ins on packages instead of like how they do like the modern figurines where they have like the Build-A-Figure and they just have you add a... Oh, speaking of Bausch, here's the, the partner to this one. Could just see her walking into Jabba's palace now with Chewie in tow and her thermal detonator threat. She's got a thermal detonator in her hand there. Removable helmet, just like the old Return of the Jedi action figure from when I was a kid. But I would kind of like to see how she obtained the Bausch armor in live action one day. I know Carrie's no longer with us, but that guy Shamook with his deep fakes, he could probably pull off a believable Princess Leia on some stand-in. I'm hoping to see some of his work in an upcoming episode of Book of Boba Fett soon. That would be pretty cool. All right, we got a quick draw action clone trooper. And that's, quick draw is kind of Django's thing, so I guess he got those DNA memories, or however they work that whole training their clone things on Kamino. Nice fun. Oh, wait a minute. Did I even look at the back of this? I don't think I did. Oh, the Bausch figurine has a little Yoda luminescent figure, or plastic. Well, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm showing it right here. So, yeah, so it's Yoda standing on a little pad. So this is probably supposed to be from his fight with Palpatine in the Senate. But, yeah. Okay, wow. See, most of the things left in this box are from the Saga Collection, so they'll all have a little figurine on the back. Back to Jabba's palace again. We got Han Solo with a carbonite block, so I guess this is, you know, everybody knows. At the end of Empire Strikes Back, Han Solo was frozen into carbonite, and this Leia and Chewbacca was part of the ruse to rescue Han from Jabba's palace before the sail barge disaster. And yeah, guess that's actually the stick that Han smacks Boba Fett in the back with, sending him into the side of the sail barge and subsequently into the Sarlacc pit's maw. Oh, wow. Speaking of Boba Fett, here we got Boba Fett. That is a very skinny looking missile on his back there. Oh, did I forget to do that? I did. We'll get back to him in a second. But so yeah, so we got Boba Fett, star of the Book of Boba Fett, but in his Jeremy Bulloch build, not in his more meaty Tamora Morrison build. And he's got on his back, looks like Emperor Palpatine. So I think I've actually seen one of these in red, now one of these in blue. So they definitely did have a variant. Probably would have been a nightmare for, like I said, for anybody trying to get all the different variations on packaging, because that's a lot. But back to Han Solo. Let's see who was on the back of here. Oh, we have a translucent, looks like Darth Tyrannus. I keep saying Tyrannus. It's Count Dooku. It's Christopher Lee. It's Saruman. Who I don't know if anybody knows, but he also had a metal album that's got him singing opera style over some black metal. It's amazing. If you haven't checked that out, check that out. I believe there's some of those clips of him doing it here on YouTube. All right. The Fire Speeder pilot. So this is from the beginning of episode 3, where the separatist ship that's crash landing on Kamino after Obi-Wan and Anakin had their duel with Count Dooku. So another minor character, but they still give him a figure. So that's, more figures equals more fun. So, And on the back of this one, we have a translucent red Queen Amidala. So again, the variations. I wonder how many different figurines. Like I said before, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research because I forgot they even existed. Oh, yikes! This card is all twisted up, but R2-D2 from Hoth. Got the little camp heater, storage bins, toolbox. But wow, this card is heck tweaked. Wow. The back of him, it's got Obi-Wan Kenobi's. I'm gonna say this is definitely Obi-Wan Kenobi now that I'm looked at it a few times on a couple different figures. It's definitely Obi-Wan Kenobi. But yeah, R2-D2 in his rolling pose on Hoth. I keep trying to bend that card back into shape. Wonder if I leave a book on it or something, it'll help out. But again, I lost track of all these things so long ago. Oh boy. Darth Vader wearing a Reign of the Emperor's Lightning over his helmet there. So it's probably well, not probably, it's definitely from the final duel in Return of the Jedi, right before Emperor Palpatine takes his trip to the reactor core. And, oh, wow, fittingly enough, the figurine on the back is Emperor Palpatine with his lightsaber ignited over his head. But yeah, gotta love Darth Vader figures. At least I do. Oh boy. Oh, some familiar faces for people. Well, familiar faces. Some familiar shapes for people that watch Book of Boba Fett. I believe this one was in the most recent episode, hanging out with Pele Motto, but we have a Gonk droid and, well, they're just calling it a power droid. I just heard the name of this droid earlier this morning and now I forgot. Does it say? No, it doesn't say, unfortunately, what the name of this droid is, but this droid, you could see one of these cruising around the Lars homestead in episode 4. There's one of these cruising along the top of the Millennium Falcon in Empire Strikes Back while Han's fixing things. Actually, I think Han tells this type of droid to hold on a sec, and then it starts talking to Luke, and the droid just takes off on its own anyway. But, yeah. Oh, the back. This is, I think, the Count Dooku minifig, which we've seen a couple times. 3, 6, 9, 12. So there's still a dozen figures in here, if I quickly counted right. All right. Marf Gerard. So back when I was a kid, they didn't really make any specific Imperial officer figurines that were anyone. There was just a generic black. It was the black Imperial officer uniform, and it just said Imperial officer, and that's all we got in the original Kenner run of Star Wars figures. But yeah, so Moff Jared, I think this is the Moff that Darth Vader's talking to in the Is it Return of the Jedi? Is this guy from Jedi or is this guy from episode 4? I don't remember. Wow. I'm disappointed in myself for not remembering that. I feel like I should. This mountain of figures is getting kind of ridiculous. All right, what else do we have in here? Just a random Naboo soldier. Oh, did I not look at the back? I keep forgetting. A red Darth Maul. Now we're talking. So we got just a random Naboo soldier from the, episode 1 hangar battles in the streets of Naboo, which I talked about when I was finding the episode 2 figures of the Naboo Royal Guard guys, Captain Panaka and the other two. This is a great one. C-3PO from Return of the Jedi in the Ewok throne. So that was a great scene. Tell them you're angry and you'll use your magic. But I don't have any. No. The only thing that would have probably made this character cooler is if it was up. Or did this one have it? feel like if it had a wand toy where you could kind of make it look like it's floating over everybody else, but I'm not really sure what those sticks in the background are. That might be actually what that's for. I've never seen one of these figurines open. And the nice shiny gold C-3PO, not that dingy episode 3 looking figurine that, was that episode 3? Was that episode? Those might have been episode 2 figures. But yeah, silver leg, everything. Love it. Wow. Emperor Palpatine with those lightning bolts coming off of his hands. Return of the Jedi was, well, tied for first of my favorite Star Wars movies. It's Empire and The New Hope and Jedi are pretty equal in my view of enjoyment of Star Wars. Yeah, good old Papa Palps, Sheev Palpatine and his lightning bolts. Always thought that was really cool. Oh. Major Bren Derlin. For those of you who do not know, this character is played by, oh wow, why am I blanking on his name? The guy from Cheers, Cliff. Voice of, oh man, he's in Toy Story. He does the voice of the Slinky Dog. But yeah, always liked this guy. Again, he's like the Imperial officers back in the day. We just got a generic Rebel Hoth officer, but now we have one with a sculpted face and a name. And I keep forgetting with these guys. On the back of this one, definitely looks like Han Solo. It's not Han Solo. Luke Skywalker in Bespin fatigues and his blaster pistol that looks just like Han's blaster pistol, but it's not quite the same. I don't think it switches into rifle mode. But, well, this is from before it had a rifle mode. But yeah. Good old Cliff. They should have gave Norm a cameo too, but all right, sticking with Hoth officers, we have a General Reekin, who I think I might have had another version of this figurine with a display panel from the command center of Echo Base, but actually it's kind of in the background shot on the card. I'm not sure if there's too much glare or not. Hopefully we'll get a nice shot of that. But yeah, again, figurines that at one point in time were not named. Now they have a good face sculpt and a name. Wow. This pile is getting huge. All right, 6 more figures to go. Admiral Veers. This is the guy who blows up the shield generator on Hoth. I think there's an AT-AT toy that actually has that audio dialogue in it. But he's got a removable helmet and a removable chest battle plate, which I thought was pretty cool. We never had the AT Commander toy from back in the day with removable helmet and chest piece, but this 3 3/4 collection. I think I might have said that about the Saga Collection figures in particular before, that they really went all out when this was released. On the back, looks like a Count Dooku. Again, seen dozens of those. Not dozens, but a few of those. Oh, boy. All right. Chief Chirpa. When I was a kid, the Ewok figurines all had these weird rubberized hoods. While those were cool and they came off, I really liked the time they took on the sculpt for this hood on these Ewok figurines. I kind of was hoping that they would have come out with more than just a couple of Ewoks during this run, because it looks so cool. I know back in the day when the Ewoks were introduced, a lot of the older Star Wars crowd were thinking it was corny and cheesy that these cute little guys were beating up on the Empire, but low tech can beat high tech if it's used properly, that's for sure. Oh, figurine on the back is a red translucent Yoda. And yeah, wow. It's crazy mountain of stuff. All right, back to Tatooine and the sail barge incident. We have Barada, who is the same. Is he Klatooinian? I think this is what this guy is called. Kind of the dog-faced kind of guys. Believe Din Djarin might have had a run in with these guys in the 5th episode of the Book of Boba Fett, but I could be wrong. But I think they're the same species, so that's why they were biting people. But yeah, he's part of the trio, the Klaatu Barada Nikto guys, who's that those three names together have been around since War of the Worlds, but most famously, oh wow, it's actually got a translucent Boba Fett figurine, assuming it's Boba Fett, not Jango Fett, since he's got the EE3 blaster, not the pistols. But yeah. Let's see, 3 more figures to go. All right, Bib Fortuna, or as one of my friends liked to call him back in the day, Beg Fortuna, because that's what his cats did. But I think that's why. Irrelevant. A lot thinner here than he appears at the end of Mandalorian Season 2 and the flashback scene during Book of Boba Fett. Yeah. He's got his Leku. Actually, if you look real carefully, you can see he's got his sharp teeth, unlike all the smooth-toothed Twi'leks in the Book of Boba Fett. Always wondered if that was a genetic thing or just something that Twi'lek males did to themselves on purpose to look more menacing. All right. 2 more figurines. Darth Vader, plain and simple. Can't really go wrong with, like I said before, can't go wrong with a Darth Vader figure. This one it's part of the Saga Collection, but it's, not the one with the lightning bolt on its head. So, but, yeah, good old Darth Vader. He's got a cloth cape on this one. A lot of the Darth Vader figures for a little while had like a molded plastic rubberized kind of cape, but this one's cloth product, and I always appreciate when my toys and figurines are not just solid plastic and have some real different textures to them. And the last, but certainly not least figurine in this box is Boba Fett. who wasn't even in the most recent episode of his Book of Boba Fett show, but anyway, that's beside the point. Yeah. He's got... Oh, okay. Down in the bottom of the package, you can see a nice picture of it on the back here. There's actually like a flame that you could snap into the bottom of his jetpack to make it look like he's actually flying with his jetpack. So that's kind of a neat thing. But like I said, for a lot of these, I've not seen all of these figurines open. I would love to be able to actually play with some of this stuff, but at this point in time, I'm gonna have to do something else with them. Let's see here. He's got... Oh, that's kind of ironic. There's Boba Fett is actually the pack-in figure on the bottom too. So that's kind of neat. Well, this is it for this box. I hope you enjoyed going through it with me. I hope you come back and see me go through some more. So if you hit the subscribe button, you'll get notified when a new episode of Lobo's Loot comes out. Please like this, share this with your friends who are also Star Wars fans and collectors. And hope to see you again soon in the next video. May the Force be with you.